What's up, everybody? This is Jim here, President of Construction at VCG Construction, and I get a chance to talk again about my favorite line of tools, and that is the DeWALT. And today we're going to be talking about hammer drills. Here is my daily hammer drill that I bring out on the jobs, the DeWALT 996. Very powerful, probably the best hammer drill that I've ever had. But I'm super excited to talk about the latest offering that we have here and see how it compares to these three and see if it takes this place in my bag. But before we get into the unboxing of this brand new tool, if you guys want to help out the channel, head on over to the merch store. Make sure you pick up some of the gang hats, shirts, or maybe some of the other competitors if you're that interested in them. This stuff is not free. We do purchase all this stuff, and it'll be great to get a little help. Now, over the years, they have made some additions. They came out with some new models. You had the Lowe's branded Power Detect 998, which in my opinion, when paired with this 8 amp hour battery, was probably the strongest offering in a long time from DeWALT. And then the Flex Volt Advantage option from the Home Depot that you could get that as well. Very, very similar to the 998 and the 996. But again, these were the three newest offerings at the time. As you can tell, they're all extremely similar. Now, the 996 is the one that's in my bag every day. I really don't take it out. There wasn't much of a reason for me to make the switch to the 998 or the 999 because the increase in power, the difference in size, they were so minimal, it really didn't force me to make the change yet. So what we have here now is the new DeWALT DCD 1007. And in this particular kit, this is a full kit. What you're getting here is a 1/2-inch hammer drill driver kit that comes with a rapid charger. Love that rapid charger, it's always in my bag. And even more importantly, and what I'm more excited to see, is this new XR 8 amp hour power pack battery. Can't wait to see what this is going to do on this new drill and see if it makes it into my bag. So let's open this up and see what we got inside. Comes with the standard DeWALT kit bag. Love these bags, have a whole ton of them. Our handle, we have our rapid charger, again, one of my favorite chargers, always in my bag. The 8 amp hour XR POWERPACK. Finally, the piece de resistance. Yes. Definitely a little bit bulkier. Up here by the gear selector and the head, definitely a little bit bulkier. But see what's going on here. We'll compare it to the others in a second. Now, just by comparison, looking at the offerings here, I'm not sure if you could get that from the top view. You could see how this new 1007 is much thicker up at the top here than the 996 that I normally carry. And definitely a different head shape. Definitely thicker up in here, but shorter in lengthwise than some of these other offerings. But again, very, very similar. The most comparable to the existing offerings that I'm seeing here would be this 998 Power Detect. And it looks like it follows a very similar footprint, especially loaded with another 8 amp hour battery. But as you can see, probably the most similar to DeWALT's existing offerings. Now, one difference here, your light selections are, again, a button as opposed to a selector switch. We saw that with the latest DeWALT impact driver. 3 speeds up top. Something that DeWALT retained in this model was this single ring clutch selector, which they've had in previous generations. They were one of the first when the 996 came out to include that. Another key feature is that DeWALT, they really took safety into consideration. If you're working on drilling large holes or spinning large fasteners and you forget to maybe put your handle on and you go ahead and you're working with your tools, you could see that this has anti-rotation technology that will stop the tool. You could see my finger still pressed on the trigger and these red lights have operated so that you do not snap your wrists if you forget your handle, or that if you're drilling in the material and you get that, it'll shut it off before you get yourself hurt. Awesome, awesome anti-rotation technology. Seems to work great and save some risks for you guys if you forget your handle. Another great feature of this new drill, you have this light that you could actually rotate up and down depending on where your work material is and how close you need to be. If you have a smaller fastener, smaller drill closer to the drill, you aim this up. If you have longer objects, longer drills, longer augers that may be 6, 12, 8 inches out, you can direct this light out as far as you need it, depending upon what you're working on. Awesome features, awesome technology that DeWALT has added into this. I'm interested to start drilling some holes and putting some fasteners in, because this may take the place of the 996 if I could sneak it out of the office. While the top of this unit is definitely beefier, it still feels pretty balanced in the hand. It feels pretty good. I'm gonna go in speed 1, try to drill a 1 5/8 drywall screw here and just see how it feels. Nice and smooth. Just what I would expect. I'll go speed 2. I'll check out speed 2 and 3. Just see, I'm assuming we're gonna see where this would excel in some larger fasteners, but again, on the job, I might have to put some screws in while I have this in my hand, so I just wanna make sure it can do it. Do it well. Yeah, I know a lot of people wouldn't normally drive these kinds of screws with this type of drill driver, but you know what? If you're starting out on a budget and you can't afford an SDS hammer drill and an impact driver and a drill driver, this kind of puts everything in one kit, right? You can make your holes, you can put your smaller screws in, and then later in the day, you could drive your larger fasteners, make your bigger holes. If this is the only thing that you have on the job with you, I'd like to know that I have it. I'd like to know that I have it while I'm on the job. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So as you can see, again, not something I'd be doing all day with this. Again, this is made for probably some bigger chores. So let's up the sizes a little bit and see what we can't do. So as the day's going on, I gotta up my fastener size. I got a 1/4 by 6 inch fastener here. And again, I'm running around, I'm working all day. I'm gonna throw each of these in each speed. I would normally probably, as I'm working, just keep running, but let's see how this goes without the handle on. Now this is speed 1. Speed 1. No problem. Let's try that again, speed 2. Yeah. Got a little cam out there. But again, drove it fine. Speed 3. Very powerful, very smooth, no kicks. Just seems to drive it. Actually, that one I probably drove a little bit too far, so be very careful. But so far, so good. No issues at all whatsoever. So, drilled my fasteners, and now I gotta make some holes. Speed 1. Let's see if this kicks at all, see how it gets through. Speed 1, no issue at all. You can see no kicking, nothing. Perfect, clean hole. No issues whatsoever. None. Give it a shot in speed 2. Wow. Just blows right through it in speed 2. I live in speed 2. I love speed 2. Speed 3. Wow. That's pretty impressive. We haven't even gotten into hammer mode yet. No, zero stalling, zero rotation in speed 1, 2, or 3 with an 1 1/4 spattle bit. In the past, had we run our 996s, our 998s, our 999s, or the older, obviously, even corded units, we would have issues with 1 1/4 bits where we would have to add handles to the actual drill so that we don't get that wrist snap at the end. But with this particular tool, they've definitely done something. I'm not sure if it's in this 8 amp hour power pack, if it's in the technology up in the drill. I'm interested to test this against other tools and against its previous generations to see what it is exactly that's causing this drill to be that much more powerful. Maybe it is just a power pack. Maybe it's something in the drill. We're gonna have to do some more testing to figure that out. So we're gonna step up to a 2 9/16 which is a monster bit. Normally, again, we would probably add a handle here, but I want to test out this anti-rotation. I trust it. I trust DeWALT. And we're going to go ahead and try to drive this in speed 1. Oh, there it goes. And the anti-kick, as you can see, turned on, stopped the drill, saved my wrist. And still finished the job in speed 1. We're gonna go ahead, bump this up to speed 2. We did add the handle here this time since we've proven that the anti-rotation technology does work. I'm going to come out in front here though so we have a little bit more room now that we've have this handle added. So now we're going to go same thing, 2 9/16 bit. I'm going to bump it up to speed 3, see what that does. Wow, flew right through, no issues whatsoever. That is, I would, so the testing actually, the box advertises that you should be able to feed a 2 9/16 bit through 1.5 inch piece of lumber in 2.6 seconds. I almost think I did it faster going through 2 of them in speed 3. I gotta test what, in my opinion, was the previous most powerful model, which was the 998, with the same bit, in the same speed, just to see if it can accomplish that task. Stalled out. Got through my first piece of wood, into the second. As you can see, stalled out. See if we can finish it though. It was able to complete the task, but as you can tell, certainly a different outcome while using the 988 compared to the 1007. I'm interested to test it against some other competitors in the same arena. So we're gonna go ahead and drive a 1-inch masonry bit through this block of concrete, something that we would be pulling our hammer drill out of the bag for. Now, interesting thing about this particular hammer drill, and I haven't noticed this in the past, but once you select the hammer mode, it actually increases the stats on the actual unit. So in speed 1, it goes from 450 RPM to 500 RPM once you switch it into hammer mode. Speed 2 from 1200 to 1300, so an extra 100 RPM. And then speed 3 goes from 2000 to 2250 RPM in speed 3. So you're getting 250 extra RPM in speed 3 just switching into hammer mode. So let's go ahead and see how that operates. I'm gonna go ahead and check my chuck, make sure it's still tight here. It looks pretty good. This is 5,000 PSI concrete that we're trying to put a 1-inch bit through. This is really SDS territory. That's really the tool for the job. But if you only have this on the job, you can tell it's getting the job done. And if you look in the hole, you can see all the aggregate and stone that we're encountering, which can make this task a little bit more difficult. And we're still getting through. Got it done. Another job done with DeWALT. No problems. Some of you may say, oh, look at that little bit of grease coming out, but you know what? That's just the newness wearing off. We love to test these tools, put them through some of the most extreme things that you would see on the job site. It's really crazy. All that drilling, all that testing, spattle bits, concrete. Look at that. This new PowerPack battery, 1 bar we lost. Still at 2 bars. If you like watching us put these tools through some of the most extreme tests you can see, hit the like button, subscribe. It's free for you to do. And let us know down in the comment section below. Do you want to see this tool up against a previous generation? Do you want to see this tool up against a competitor? I'm super excited to get this out in my bag. So let's see what you guys got. Let's see who can challenge what I believe is the new hammer drill king on the street. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll catch you all in the next one.